Good morning. It's me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned In Tarot. And boy, am I excited to read this for you today because these cards are very great, and I'm happy to see them. So, thanks for joining me at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see reflected back to us in our outside world. So, um, if we want to have changes in our interactions with others, if we want to see changes in our environment, if we want a new career, if we want to manifest something big, we need to take that time to go within and make those changes within. Good morning, Lena. Welcome. If you just joined me over on Instagram for the live shuffling played to music, we were entertained this morning. We had very upbeat, dancey music happening. It was fun. The first song up was Cyndi Lauper, I Drove All Night, and definitely the energy for the Divine Masculine. And then Divine Feminine song was LCD Sound System, Your City's a Sucker. And it's interesting. So just to dive into the energy from the songs first, which I never do, even though that's what I do. I don't know, maybe doing my job right today. Okay. So the energy from I Drove All Night is I had to escape. The city was sticky and cruel. Maybe I should have called you first, but I was dying to get to you. I was dreaming while I drove. The long straight road ahead could taste your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. This fever for you is just burning me up inside. I drove all night to get to you. Is that all right? And so it's like I love that first line. Maybe I should have called you first, but I was dying to get to you. So it's like kind of really fitting that storyline that we've got going where this divine masculine energy came in before ready to a certain extent because he was dying to get to the divine feminine. Um, but ultimately, it was because of what they both wanted. Divine feminine song, which is like the two worlds. Your city's a sucker, but my city's a creep. And it's a song also about like the grass being greener too. Like what we want is what you want. What you want is what we want. And um, in which to have you have so much more time. It's interesting what you want. Sex with TV stars, what you want, a career in the like it's like that back and forth. It's like what you want and what we can't, we're not satisfied individually, and we can't seem to like mesh these two things together. So that was the energy I got from the songs. Then we had the delight of all of Divine Masculine's cards showing, and they were like, I couldn't even shuffle. Like you can go watch it on Instagram before they block it. They'll block it because it had music in it, but I posted it anyway for those that it won't be blocked for. But the cards just jumped. Like I didn't even have to shuffle. They were just like vomiting out of the deck. All of them were visible. And I was like, I'm taking these. And then Divine Feminine, equally, she has one card not showing. And there's already some union that's pretty great union that I'm enjoying. So let's dig in, shall we? Let's start with you, Divine Masculine, since you laid out all your cards today. Top of the deck, overall headspace forefront of the mind for Divine Masculine is the High Priestess in reverse. This is when I see the rest of the spread, it's just it's this is it. This is it, Divine Masculine. This is the thing that's consuming your mind, and this is it. If you can get this today to do this, hunty, we are good. Okay, we are good if you can shift this energy today like this, and it's not really going to be hard because all this is you really want the divine feminine energy to trust you and believe that you are coming. And there is this niggling feeling, right? The niggling thing in the back of your mind, I'm going to pull already. because these are going together, is this Knight of Pentacles. So, underlying everything, underlying this worry and concern you have about divine feminine trusting you, is this: I have this solid, stable offer, and slowly and steadily I am heading your way. And I'm being responsible and mature about it. And I'm doing what it is that I need to do to get this shit done and make this happen. And please just trust me. This is the overwhelming message here for him. But remember that we're looking at our own energy. So, divine masculine, if you feel that divine feminine isn't trusting you and you want her to, that means that your own inner divine feminine energy is not being trusted, right? It's a reflection. So, you have to trust your inner feminine, trust your emotions and your feelings and your love in order to be able to accomplish the rest of what I'm going to show you that's on your mind today. But this card definitely must come into balance. This is a card of balance, right? In traditional OG Smith Waite, we've got the black and white pillars, divine feminine masculine energy, completely balanced, divine feminine trusting heart space, divine masculine trusting heart space, and then the head space reflecting the intuition from the heart space. So it's about balancing. And the heart space for divine masculine is balanced. So we are heading towards a culmination here. And we're just seeing divine masculine worry about, is divine feminine going to trust me long enough as I'm bringing this to her, etc. The first thing on your mind, well, let me pick it up. This is from the Housewives Tarot that I've been reading, by the way, is Temperance. And it's this beautiful image we love of the Temperance card with this mixer, and we're mixing together joy and sorrow and justice and anger in this picture, but it's about how we have all of these emotions that help guide us towards source. And when we allow the divine to help us balance these emotions, what is taking place is, instead of getting hooked into the devil energy, the overthinking in our headspace, we utilize these emotions to guide us and balance out those feelings and tell us where in the headspace that devil energy lies so that the angel can cast it out. Basically, that's sort of the cycle between these two cards. And of course, devil energy is addiction, and temperance is like releasing yourself from addiction, balancing out, not having too much of anything. So, divine masculine has been committed to and working on this balancing, which is why when we're seeing this divine feminine in reverse, it's not about the balance. It's about divine masculine being worried about whether or not there is this balance. And perhaps this reading will soothe him because the head space and the heart space are indeed balanced. And it's because the first thing on his mind is maintaining this healing energy and balance from the divine because of the next card, the Lovers. So, and this is a card which chooses to put this hot red car on it, which of course makes me think of the Chariot. So there's even this, from this imagery, from this Lovers card, we're even getting this like hurtling motion, this fast moving motion, which of course, with this underlying thing, he's like slow and steady, right? Like, but he's really wanting to like head in this direction now that there's this balanced energy within him and he's feeling he can kind of control his emotions and work with them. He wants to come into that union with divine feminine or unite with that manifestation, however it is you're seeing these readings. And then I can't make it up. The next card up is the Hierophant, which is the marriage card. And I don't know if you've noticed this spread, but we have the High Priestess, which is major, Temperance, which is major, Lovers, which is major, and the Hierophant, which is major, and then we're gonna get another card after this is major. So this is a major energy in Divine Masculine side space. This is a big fucking deal right now, and there's a lot of really intense, probably from that residual energy of that full moon in Scorpio, intense but stable energy. So temperance, healing, balancing the emotions, balancing the divine feminine and the divine masculine equals the lovers, which is manifestation, physical union, and is then made formal before a higher authority in a sacred union in some kind of a marriage contract, if that is desired, but some kind of a solid commitment. This is also these lessons that have been learned. It's like this temperance energy, this whole, he's thinking about how major this experience in his life is, how this, having to balance this energy, having to learn to trust his emotions and trust in a feminine energy when he had a feminine energy that he could never trust in before. He just, from the maternal energy throughout his experiences, this was just not an energy he felt he could trust. And so he's thinking about that, about how he couldn't trust this divine feminine energy and how much he wants her now to trust him, and realizing that he's got to reciprocate. So he's learned these major lessons about the distorted feminine. Here's the Empress. Now, this is, I think, it is about divine feminine because we've got the High Priestess and the Empress in reverse. And so when the Empress is in reverse, we see her getting up. She's not fixed anymore. So there is this like motion that comes from this. But the distorted feminine is also being overprotective. So we see the divine masculine feeling right now that, or thinking that divine feminine doesn't trust him and she is protecting herself from him. And he's doing a really good job because even though he is having fears about this and concerns about it, he's balancing out his anxieties and worries and fears and overthinking, and um, feeling and understanding that if divine feminine is in the distorted feminine, then there is something within him that he needs to go in and figure out and suss out and balance, and she will come back into a more friendly stance with him. This is also about how he has had to heal from past energy, because we saw the Empress in reverse come up. Um, must have been on Monday, or it could have been in the wild card reading I did yesterday, which, if you didn't see it, was a solitaire reading, and it was interesting. It was fun, and it ended with the a poignant card. So if you want to see me lose a game of solitaire, go watch that. It's pretty great. But whichever reading this appeared in, it was about divine feminine, or it was about divine masculine having to release a past, perhaps, wife, an ex-wife kind of an energy, or an ex-karmic partner kind of an energy. And so there's also the healing of the wounds in regards to this. Um, rude. In New York, you get tickets for doing that stuff. They should start doing that in LA. Eight of Pentacles. This is the next thing on his mind, and it is clarifying the lovers. So we could be seeing here, for those of us that are working to manifest a career, here it is. Like, this is the manifestation of being able to finally do that work that you wanted to do, having the tools you need, having the space you need, having the clients you need, but those pieces falling into place for you to be able to accomplish this task is all here. In terms um, of a relationship, there is this Hierophant that, I don't have enough hands. The Hierophant coming before this Empress card, which is like learning these lessons about this past energy and doing this work, which is allowing these lovers to be able to come together. It's also about wanting to create something or having created something or being in the process of creating something um, for the divine feminine to give as a gift. Um, and this Harvent, which is a television entertainment, this is like also, it reminds me too, even of a radio. Um, where we got all of our knowledge. Oh, I saw a cool post yesterday that during the polio epidemic, that kids in America were quarantined and had to go to school on the radio. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never knew that. All right. The Hierophant is being clarified by these two lovely cards. And I don't care about this type of overthinking. Overthink all you want. Like, this is fine with me today. I'm chill. Okay. Because what are you overthinking? Well, you're thinking it's about damn time that I stayed in this Knight of Cups energy, expressed what it was that I wanted, which is this sacred union, this offer of marriage, and reward myself in this Nine of Pentacles energy, and also reward my divine feminine energy with what it is that I would like to have, because I would feel worthy now of being able to receive what I would like. Good. I'm glad. Me too. All right. Top of the deck, overall heart space, divine masculine. Bam. It's the chariot, right? So we are not worrying about balance. The high priestess in reverse today. This is not about an issue of balance between head and heart. Divine masculine's got it, okay? The divine has intervened on a grand scale. Listen, yesterday or Monday, when I did the little live shuffle over on Instagram and pulled a card for Grace Draco, it was the Tower. And then what came out after the Tower was the Two of Cups. And it's like divine intervention. It's like, if you all can't get your shit together and just get together, then I'm going to have to do something. Well, the divine has done something. And so we have the healing energy of temperance. We have the surrendering of the reins from the ego to the divine. And we have motion forward, like this lover's card, right? And then the niggling thing in the back of the heart space, niggling feeling, I don't know. The Four of Swords in reverse. So this is breaking silence, finally speaking, finally expressing what it is that you desire and getting it and having it. It is really wonderful when this starts happening in your life. Let me tell you, yesterday I had all kinds of Scorpio, full moon in Scorpio, emotional energy. And then I had like my own lovely cycle ovulation energy that makes me just so irritable. And I went for a walk in my not very nice neighborhood because I had to get out because I had cabin fever so bad. And then came home and like lost my shit. I just had the worst time. And then by the end of the day, had like all my financial worries just kind of, I didn't even have financial worries right now. Like I'm kind of okay. I have things I need to take care of for sure, but I'm like doing fine. I'm doing okay. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I won my lawsuit against Lyft last night. So yesterday was a crazy day. And when manifestations are coming, there is that like tumultuous feeling, right? The chariot, the lovers with the car energy, like fast moving motion, the end of grief, the end of sadness, and breaking silence, finally hurtling towards those things that have been waiting. They've been waiting for you in this vortex this whole time. And it was just like the version of you that was able to receive them, that just wasn't you yet. You just couldn't receive those gifts yet. You had to get it together, honey. You just had to get it together. And you can't do that on your own. And that's why the first clarifier here from the heart space for this temperance energy is the Five of Wands, and we are looking at some fierce feminine energy here because this is Medusa, honey, and she turns her ass to stone, okay? And how do we get rid of Medusa? Or how do we fight her? We use a mirror. So there's this use of this journey itself, which is why divine masculine's head is like major, 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 and then the heart already major energy. We are able to stop grappling with ourselves, right? We can stop fighting against our own energy when we start to actually observe triggers. Like when you, now that I have started to learn how to do this, when I have a disagreement with somebody and I hear myself telling someone else about it and being like, well, she said this and did that. And then I stop myself and go, well, how am I doing that? Well, I guess I must be doing that too. I guess I'm doing that in that way. And, or maybe I'm annoyed because I don't let myself, like boundary things. If somebody sets a boundary and you're uncomfortable with it and you're upset with them, it's like, wait, what you're really upset about maybe is that you don't set boundaries, not about their boundary. So it's really starting to see things as a mirror in order to unblock, because if you can't see yourself clearly and you can't see how you are, imbalanced and too much in joy or too much in sadness or too much in anger or too much in whatever, you are stuck. You make yourself stuck. There's also a sense here too that there was potentially a feminine energy that had like some Medusa vibes, and the divine, I said, had to intervene. Honey, the divine did intervene, because look at what we have now. Oh my God, I can't get over these. I don't know. I haven't seen these cards because when I shuffle the heart space, I leave them, and I didn't see a lot of these cards. So this is fresh for me, honey. This is clarifying the death card, which, look at this death card. This is from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True, who's the one of the actresses from The Craft. She was originally in, and interesting story about how she got that role and everything. Definitely a magical opportunity for her. But regardless, here we have death, and this is a painful death, and this it shows how, like, we're tearing out our own heart. So this was actually extremely painful, very, very difficult. And it's also about the rebirth of this connection, right? There's been a painful ending, is self-inflicted also, and it is allowing now for this rebirth. So there was most likely a release of some kind of a block, and it was not a block that could be released like on divine masculine's own. Like, he needed divine intervention to be able to fight off this really powerful energy. And there has been an ending, and there is a victory. Because here's the Six of Wands. We saw these cards yesterday, or whatever goddamn day. I don't know, Monday. I didn't read any cards yesterday. I don't read cards on Tuesday. I make myself not read cards. It's hard. Here we go. Victory, Hierophant energy, lessons learned, the ability to finally celebrate this murder of crows we saw yesterday. They can't touch these spoils of war. Like, this is really significant. This victory over probably a past legal contract, which is allowing for a new thing to happen. This Empress energy in reverse, very interesting. Oh my God, I can't believe these cards. Okay, shut up. Okay, Five of Cups, which is a cup about sadness and pessimism and optimism. It's about both things, right? Light and dark. This is what's clarifying the Empress in reverse. And it is a card right now that I am feeling in its position we're reflecting both meanings. In the relinquishing of a past marriage, there is grief. There's grief on the part of the divine masculine because this was, significant energy. There's grief on the part of the former partner. Um, but through the process of releasing this past energy, there is this optimism that divine masculine can now, in this same uh, placement as the lovers and that Scorpio energy, death and rebirth, we're seeing the reunion. Oh my God, the next card. Holy shit. Anyway, we're seeing the reunion. We haven't even done Divine Feminine yet. We're seeing the reunion. This is the Six of Cups. We're seeing that he's worked so hard to be able to achieve this transformation so that he can finally have a balance between the head and the heart. And all the elements here are balanced here. We have the air, we have the water. This cup's filled with all these memories, nostalgia from the past, but balanced and shared between the two of them. And this is also, look at this is him wanting to give whatever he's made, everything that he's created, everything he's worked so hard for. He wants to share this now with Divine Feminine because this is a card of benevolence and generosity as well, right? And then what is clarifying? The Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. The Ten of Swords in reverse. The end of painful separation. No longer pinned down. Now here's the interesting thing. The Star in reverse. Because that wish is finally touching down to the earth. And we are finally going to reveal this hidden feminine because it has been an injustice that she has been hidden. And so these scales between the two, we see divine masculine balanced inside of self. And now he can balance the scales between the two of them. And how must he do that? He must do that by revealing divine feminine, fully illuminating that divine feminine energy inside of self and outside of self. When he reveals his love, this love for the thing that he desires, when he speaks to it, when he allows himself to honor it and asks forgiveness too, brings an apology for having caused this painful separation, etc. We are seeing victory here. Okay. We saw the star already today in the when I did the shuffle over on Instagram. The star came out. It was the last card out for the last person who was watching. Incidentally, if you catch me doing a live shuffle and you stick it out till the end, I'll pull a card for you. So I pulled 3 cards today, and they were Strength in reverse, the Ace of Cups, and the Star card. And now we're seeing the Star card again, and we're going to see it again. So big time wish fulfillment, star healing energy today. Top of the deck. Oh my God, I didn't even pay attention to what card that was, but top of the deck, overall headspace, forefront of the mind for divine feminine. 7 of Pentacles upright. We have patience. This is such an interesting card, coming from the field tarot. It's interesting because the field tarot really, it has like representative imagery and then abstractions, and it's interesting to see like where they place the abstractions. The 7 of Pentacles is about the planting of seeds and the patience it takes and the nurturing and the care it takes to watch them grow. It takes perseverance, as they write at the bottom of this card, to be able to see those fruits come to bear. And divine feminine is experiencing this feeling of patience because, first of all, I think she's starting to see some fruits come to bear. She feels the imminence of this happening, especially when I look at the other cards in her spread. We're seeing a lot of Pentacles energy here, a lot of grounding energy. And this is about her wanting to really continue to nurture this thing that she wants to bring into the world to manifest. And that's the underlying thing, all her thoughts and feelings, is this wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. Um, and when we see this card upright or in reverse, we know we're going to get the wish. And we're seeing Divine Feminine's wish is to see these fruits come to bear. So we know that this is going to happen. And she does too. This is in her headspace. And so she's like, bitch, I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci right now. Like, I don't need anything. I don't. I really don't. Like, I might have moments of discomfort where I've been in quarantine for a year and a half and haven't gone outside very much and, didn't have a way to do that. I might have some discomfort, but then you know what? I push through that discomfort and then I find a resolution by the end of the day. So I think I'm going to get what I need and it's fine. She's feeling fine. She's releasing these tendencies in this Queen of Swords energy to overthink. She wants to be in the light traits where she's strategic and she has, a good command of her emotions, etc. But she's not wanting to be defensive or overprotective. And she's not wanting to just be constantly thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and trying to figure everything out. So she's really, the first thing on her mind is, I need to release any of these potential shadow traits of this Queen of Swords energy, be in my discernment, be in my be at my best and my most strategic as I'm going forward, because I feel here the next thing on her mind, this culmination. So we've got the 9 of Cups and now we have the 9 of Pentacles. And oh, didn't we just see that? Indeed, we did in Divine Masculine's headspace for complete union. And we're just going to keep on seeing it, folks, because the Lovers card and the Death card coming together, I think we're really going to start to see some unions happening in my collective, and I can't wait for the messages. It's pretty exciting. 9 of Pentacles is feeling single and fabulous too, but it's in this case about that independence that's coming from that patience, which came from that 7 of Pentacles, which allowed you to nurture something, and now you can see its fulfillment. And Divine Feminine is experiencing this. She's like, shit, I can just get whatever I want. This whole time I've been trying to manifest a specific iteration, and I just didn't even realize I was manifesting the fuck out of all this other shit. So like now I have this and I have this and I have this and I have this. And it came from me wanting this thing so badly and being like, I need to be better. I need to be better. I need to be better. And then finally coming to a point where she put this boundary down and was like, I don't need to be better. I am the Empress. Like, I'm already that. Like, I'm already that. So thank you for showing me that I needed to see myself this way, but I am this way. And so I can have whatever I want because, bitch, I'm a star, okay? Here's the star again. The star is here again. And for Divine Feminine, it's upright because, girl, she is not hiding anything. She is on display. She is like, look at me, listen to me, see me, hear me. I am healed. The divine has intervened on my behalf. I myself am a healer and I have talent and I'm shining and I'm showing everyone what I can do, who I can be. The good news is it's reflecting back to her, right? This is literally a reflection. And it is Divine Masculine's desire to honor her. His wish is to honor her this way. So it's very nice to see that because for as long as he has not done so, it has been an injustice. The next thing on Divine Feminine's mind, this 10 of Wands, upright, ready to put the burden down, the burden of being defensive and constantly countering Divine Masculine energy, mind games, playing chess all the time, she's just putting this down. She's like, you know what? I don't need to keep up. I don't need to play mind games. I don't need to. I am single and fabulous, right? I have all that I need. And what I don't need is this responsibility of constantly having to like figure out how to communicate with divine masculine. No, she's not. No, she's not going to think about it anymore. She's like dropping this burden. She's like, nope, not going to be overthinking this, not going to be playing games, not going to be like, here's the deal. I'm here. I'm single. I'm a star. I'm nurtured and cared for things. I've got these fruits coming to bear, and I'm going to see my wish fulfillment. And either you get on this train or you keep it pushing, babes, because I have everything I need. And yes, there is a desire to have a partner and have, the physical union, etc. But ultimately, she's fine on her own because she's done this work. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. Again, a match in the same position, actually, but in reverse. Divine Masculine's Eight of Pentacles is upright because he's wanting to give what he's made, he's wanting to present what he's made. He's also working so hard on this reunion, on this, and being able to come back together, which is to clarify for that. For Divine Feminine, we're seeing her having done the work, and now she is experiencing the ability to reward herself. When I was talking to my friend last night about what I would do with the money, which was that I'm getting back because it was my money to begin with, and now it's being returned to me. It's not like they gave me money that I didn't give to them. So I'm getting it back, and I have specific things I need. And so I was like, well, I'm probably going to get this, but I'm getting one thing that's like just extravagant and for myself. And I'm also going to this restaurant in downtown LA and ordering the freaking drink that I got there with my band when we celebrated when we got a manager a couple years ago, which didn't pan out eventually, but that drink was so incredible. And when I texted my bass player when I got the notification about what the settlement offer was, and I was like, dude, we're gonna go get that drink and we're gonna drink that drink so hard on Lyft because fuck them. Anyway, the next card up for Divine Feminine is the Seven of Cups in reverse. And she's not confused about it. She's not confused. She is aware she's got a lot of options and she's choosing herself. She's choosing to shine. She's choosing to be her authentic self and not get caught up in worrying about whether or not she's making the right decisions, whether or not what she's put in her cups is actually going to come to this culmination. She's not confused. She's made her choice to shine like the top of the Chrysler building. The top of the deck, overall heart space for Divine Feminine. It's the Nine of Cups. So we've got head and heart in agreement that there is wish fulfillment here. And we're just looking at what she's wishing for. She's wishing for all of the hoarding of feelings and emotions that has taken place to end. She is also wanting to be fully expressive herself and not to be selfish and greedy with her own energy. Understanding that if you are selfish and greedy with your own energy, it will be reflected back to you. The niggling feeling in her heart space is a beautiful card, and just as visually, aesthetically, but also in its meaning. But we're getting the Page of Pentacles. So the niggling feeling is she's receiving very, very small indications of forward motion. but we haven't hit Knight of Pentacles, it's page energy. And so it's just very small. She's making these gestures herself. And I feel like she's sensing that it's just started. She's like, this is just the beginning of my abundance, right? Like whatever culmination I'm experiencing right now, it's just a beginning. I am going to be overwhelmed by this fulfillment. It's going to be bigger than I ever anticipated. And it's probably going to feel very, very overwhelming when I get such a thing. It's like she's aware this niggling feeling is like, it's only just beginning. This grounding energy, this coming into this union. Ace of Wands, which yesterday, whatever day was in reverse, Monday was in reverse for both. And I was super irritated with them because neither one of them was letting themselves have what they wanted. Here we see Divine Feminine with her Ace of Wands upright again. And we are looking at what her heart's desire is, and it's she doesn't want to fight it against it, right? Whatever that desire is in her heart space, she doesn't want to fight against it. She doesn't want to protect herself from her desires. Instead, she wants to be in this Page of Swords energy. She wants to pick up that sword, get that clarity, have that bravery to face those things about herself, to look at her own issues with self-indulgence, to look at issues with materialism that she might have had at some point or might still have. She just wants to be very discerning, right? That Queen of Swords energy, if you want to shift into the light of it, then you want to have a lot of clarity. She also wants to be brave enough to receive the fullness of this reward, because let me tell you, it is a big one. Looky, looky. Who do we have here? But the Knight of Cups. She feels it. He thinks it. And this Knight of Cups is clarifying the star energy. So Divine Feminine is like, I'm shining. I am fully illuminated. Therefore, I am open to receive. I have healed the wounds inside of myself. I have been pouring that unconscious into the material, and I can now receive this full expression from, I can't make it up, this 10 of Wands, which I didn't quite make to the floor. Somehow it stayed between my crossed legs, which I love for me. This burden, this communication, this dropping of these heavy burdens, we're getting the Muse of emotions, or the King of Cups energy from the Muse tarot. So Divine Feminine is seeing this Knight of Cups energy coming towards her to express, so that this king, this matured king, can finally unburden himself. He's had to maintain silence because of his responsibilities. But now that he has these responsibilities taken care of, because her divine masculine energy inside of herself is in that 9 of Pentacles, she is feeling like she has things taken care of. She is feeling like she doesn't have to hold on to these burdens and responsibilities anymore, because she is open to receive help. She can delegate. It's not just about a romance, folks. It's about all of the energy in everything that we're doing in our life. We can see it reflected back to us in our relationships, but it's really just energy. And she's in hers. Oh my God. Ah! So the King of Cups is followed by this 8 of Pentacles in reverse, which is having done the work and being able to, can't make it up, 4 of Swords in reverse, which is in union with Divine Masculine again. Union. This King of Cups that has had to maintain silence can finally put down these responsibilities and burdens that have caused him to maintain the silence. The Divine Feminine is also releasing grief in regards to feelings of unworthiness. These are feelings of the past. Interesting. 7 of Cups. It's being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I think that this is about Divine Feminine really wanting Divine Masculine to choose her and having released a need for the Divine Masculine to choose her and realizing that instead she chooses herself. And when she chooses herself, then an energy that matches her, an energy that chooses their own needs. This isn't, and this it sounds selfish to be like, oh, they choose their own needs. There is a balance between meeting your own needs and showing up for someone. You have to be able to meet your own needs in order to show up for someone. But you are absolutely in love relationships. I'm going to put this out here because I'm getting a lot of mixed messages about codependency from friends and from books and from Instagram. And I'm just thinking, as a spiritual reader, that we do have obligations to others, that we do have to consider other people's feelings, that when we set boundaries, it is about other people and making sure that they understand where we stand and that we are clear with them about that, and that it is a loving thing to set boundaries. But if you think that it's not your responsibility to show up for your friends, that is a mistake, I believe. You do not show up for your friends at risk of depleting your own cup, but you fill your cup and then you absolutely show up. When your cup is filled and you have everything on your plate, that is your time, honey, to pick up the phone and text and say, hey, how are you doing? You okay? Do you need a ride? Do you need something? I've got everything I need right now and I'm ready to do service and give back. And I do that with the people that I love. And I do have a responsibility and an obligation to show up for them, just like they have the same responsibility and obligation to show up for me. I have to show up for myself first, though. And if I don't, I will not be in a stable place. I can't wait for someone to choose me. I have to choose myself. I just think there's a misunderstanding here about making sure we take care of ourselves and feeling like that means we don't have to take care of others. Like, I don't have to take care of that person. That's not my job. No, it's not. It's your job, though, to show up, right? It is your job to show up. I do believe that. I don't think that we just, because that is a world that doesn't make sense at all. In a world where you only do you for you, well, then we're looking at a lot of problems, because there's many times when only doing you for you is probably not going to be of benefit to others, right? Look at corporate America. Okay, we can't only do you, but we have to make sure that we are honoring ourselves and giving ourselves the respect that we deserve in terms of our energy and what we put into something and what we get back. And we have to make sure that all of our needs are being met in these relationships we have with people. And when they aren't being met, we have to ask those people to step aside unless they can meet us where we're at. But we are required to show up for others too. I just think that needs to be said. Okay, this is a beautiful reading. Let us go to the oracles now for divine masculine, divine feminine. First up, divine masculine. You are getting the shadow attributes of the healer right now. So you might not be taking care of yourself so much because this card is about what I just talked about. So I just think that, you're really excited right now. You've got big plans, and you want to end separation and right this wrong, make these wrongs right again. But you don't want to do that at risk of losing this sense of repairing your own body, mind, and spirit, and understanding that that is what is allowing you to transform. Like you have to continue to do your morning rituals and feed yourself and, all of that. You're getting Saint Cecilia play music as your guardian today, and it was in its reverse. So this could be a strong emphasis that you really need to go deeply into an artistic craft of some kind. If you're a musician, music. If it's not, then whatever that is, the arts of some kind. It can be a strong message to listen to music and get messages from it, like we do on Tuned in Tarot. Um, it could also be, because it was in its reverse, it could be a countering energy too. So if you've been relying on music to communicate, it could be suggesting that it's time not to do that. You just kind of have to think about how it's applying for you. The next card that's coming up is friendship. This is like a 3 of Cups type of energy. There was a reversal on it here. I feel like there might be because of the healer energy card that has a message on it about taking advantage of those who need help. Um, it's possible that there is an energy that is potentially like you need help, and there's a friend somewhere in the mix that is maybe taking advantage of your need for help right now at this moment. So just be wary of that, because I just have a funny feeling about that. But this is also, to get the play music card in reverse and this, which is play, another energy of play. It could be that you're being very, very, very serious right now, and you need to lighten up a lot and just take things a little less seriously. We are getting expect powerful change, and with the amount of major arcana energy that is in your spread today, I mean, it is really significant amount. I didn't count it all, but it's a lot. So there is a powerful change coming here, divine masculine. And you got the no card in reverse and on Monday, and now we are looking at the yes card, and this card is just say yes. So whatever it is, and this is also this 3 of Cups energy, and it's that lighthearted celebration, playful energy, and it might be just a little bit of a um just because of this lovers card heading towards that Hierophant energy, heading towards that marriage and engagement or whatever. It could just be a message for you that, like, she's gonna say yes, like, don't worry about it. Dragonfly spirit is your animal spirit today, your oracle today, and this is truth transcends illusion, and it is the 22 card. And you're getting the protection message. Did you really think this world of the senses is all there is? From the hidden mystical realms, signs are being sent to you, but perhaps you've perceived separation and convinced yourself that you are on your own. Have you fallen into spiritual amnesia and forgotten your connection to a living, loving, always supportive universe? If so, rub the sleep out of your eyes, for Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of all the love and support available to you in every moment. There is an organizing principle underlying the events you have experienced, and Dragonfly Spirit can help you see it and trust that Spirit has your back. Let go of the illusion of chaos and randomness. Love is here, so follow the signs that appear serendipitously. As you pay attention to the magic all around you, you will know you are on the right track. I think you're just also being called just to really focus on how the truth of the situation transcends the illusions that you have made up in your head, the fears and worries and anxieties, the things that are preventing you from getting what you want. Truth is going to transcend that illusion. Divine feminine, you're in the light attributes of the companion energy. You are loyal, tenacious, and unselfish, and you have released any shadow attributes of a loss of personal identity. So you are maintaining your own sense of self, but being a really good companion. You are loyal, you are tenacious, you are being unselfish right now. Saint Hildegard von Bingen is here with an emphasis to help you believe. Believe that this is going to go very well. Just believe that. When you are in your loyal companion, your loyal, tenacious, and unselfish energy, then that energy is going to be reflected back to you. Mother Teresa's here, and I'm kind of like moved because I talked about her twice yesterday in a very reverent way when I really thought about how powerful of a saint she is that lived like in my time so I could like observe her being this saint. But if you don't know a lot of detail about Mother Teresa, she was a very young nun when she began to minister to the sick in Calcutta. And she would go to anyone in any condition, touch them, and love them, and to give them love, whether they wanted it or not, which can sometimes be controversial for her in her ministry and the sisters that continue this legacy. But I was walking yesterday and I saw someone lying on the street, which I live not far from Skid Row in Los Angeles, and it's very common to see people lying on the street all the time here. But this person was lying face down with one foot in the gutter and on their stomach with their hands to their sides, like with their head turned, and there was a lot of hair. And I was there were other people at a bus stop very close to where this person was just laying there. And I was crossing the street so I could see them like lying that way. And I thought to myself, I was trying to like see if I could tell if they were breathing because it looked like they might be dead. And I thought about how many years I've lived in urban environments where I have literally when I went my first trip ever to Las Vegas, I went with my sister for her birthday years ago, and I was shocked. Like I had to step over a human being on the street. Like I had to physically, I couldn't go around this person. I had to step over them. And so when you live in cities like this and have this experience, this is, I grew up in a small town. There were people there who struggled and suffered from mental health issues and maybe were, wouldn't stay in their homes. And you might, but there was very few people, very, very, very few people. And so it's just so extraordinary that you get desensitized to it. So I'm walking across the street and I see this person and I'm thinking to myself, are they breathing? And I want to go over. There's like this small amount of skin exposed. Like you can see where their shirt met their pants. You could see like part of the skin on their back. And it was like so vulnerable to me. And I just like wanted to go over and like make sure they were okay. And then I was like thinking, of course, all the things you think, which is like, what am I going to do? What if they're mentally unwell and they could hurt me? I'm as a female walking, there's people around, but they're not helping that person. Are they going to think I'm stupid? Are they going to think I'm performative? Like just doing that just to like get attention? Literally, those are all the things you're thinking really fast. You know, is that person going to smell bad? Is that person going to have some kind of a disease? Is that person gonna, all of the things that your ego is trying to keep you safe, trying to keep you safe from some kind of bad experience that you could have by putting yourself at risk for somebody that you don't know. And I've helped individuals at risk before, and it's all so complicated. It's not straightforward. It's not like, do you need help? And they're like, yeah. And then you give them help and they're fine. It's not like that. So it's this whole complicated thing. But my thought as I was crossing the street was, I don't know if that person's alive or dead. Someone should check. And if it's not me, who's it going to be? And when I got home later, I cried about that decision of just to keep walking. And I brought Mother Teresa up and I said, she never kept walking. There is a selflessness there that is difficult for any human to maintain. So for Mother Teresa to be here, I do think it's that powerful, humbling thing where you have all those fears and worries and anxieties, but you act out of love anyway. That is extraordinarily powerful because Mother Teresa thought every one of those things when she was a 16, 17-year-old like postulate nun, before she had even made her vows, she ministered to the sick. So she was a young person having all of those fears and still acted out of love. That's why she's a saint. And there's no shame to me that I couldn't bring myself to do that yesterday. That's not an easy thing for everybody to do. It's not everybody's calling either. But I see that power there. And if you can't do that on your own, you can ask for spiritual backup. And in your life right now, it's this commandment for you not to step over that thing that's lying in front of you that needs your care and your love and your attention and your time. Don't just step over that part of yourself, but like minister to it. Minister to that divine masculine energy inside of yourself that's wounded enough that that energy can't approach you. Be an activist for the union. You're getting your career card. This is a really good energy because we saw this, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the culmination heading towards this 10 of Pentacles. Your career is really, you're at a good point right now. It's like protected. There's abundance here. You're investing in it and it's starting to pay off. God, what did I just say? Bring love into this situation. And if you don't know how to do it, then you pray to Mother Teresa, Saint Mother Teresa, and you ask her, Mother, how do I bring love to this situation? And she will tell you. This is Empress energy. You are birthing a new age. Birthing a new age is very uncomfortable, but you've been dreaming a new world into being. And you are part of this collective energy that is put here to do this, to be fully expansive. Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, is here. So this is Saint Anne's energy. She is here to remind you of divine orchestration, the divine plan that is in place. For Christ to be born, first, he had to have a grandmother who had a mother, who had a mother, who had a mother. And this line in the Bible descends from David, King David, from the Old Testament. So that is a divine plan that lasts for thousands of years, right? So having a really strong sense here that everything is happening according to this divine plan, this contract that you made with the divine. And you are being called to trust that there is only enough. Koi fish spirit is this fish in a small pond looking around and feeling like you might be limited, and understanding that there are no limits here. There's always enough for you to grow. Okay, bottom of the deck. For some reason, I didn't get every card today, but what am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Oh, I guess a spell casting maybe. And a Moonology. I don't know. I just didn't pull the bottoms of the deck today. I was too busy chatting, probably. All right. So for the two of you, you are getting this card again, and this came out yesterday, but it's upright today. So You're in the light attributes, which is awakening the consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust. So whatever was going on with this gossip energy is starting to move into the light. You are considering each other's feelings and you are honoring the trust between one another. And then we got Mother Teresa and we're getting Mother Mary. There is a lot of nurturing energy here today. The Divine Mother is absolutely present, very protective of this union, very, 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 very protective and nurturing. And remember that Mary was the catalyst for Christ's first miracle. So Mary is the ultimate support. And to have her basically presiding over the union is very powerful. Okay. We're getting play, have fun, don't be so serious, which we got all over the place for Divine Masculine. So you guys need to play, need to lighten up, you need to have fun, you need to have a good time. You're also about to celebrate hardcore because here's the one card, right? This is Magician energy, but it's the Three of Pentacles energy. It's time to collaborate. And we are going to read this one today from the Colette Baron Reed deck. When Ant Spirit comes to visit, it's to celebrate the benefits of working in a partnership with others as part of a community or tribe. Spirit reminds you that to build your dream, you need to work with others, accept help, and trust in your most important partnership, the one you have with Spirit. Your intentions will come to fruition if you remain awake and focused on co creating your reality with others and with Spirit. Remember that the world around you can easily seduce you if you don't have some sort of practice or discipline like meditation to keep you on track as you build the life you desire. Connecting with others and having accountability partners can be very helpful, as it is unlikely that everyone will fall asleep at the same time. The other message Ant Spirit holds is that you are now at an auspicious time to ask for help and receive it, whether you need help assembling a team, finding a new tribe, or requesting assistance from others who are there for you. Everything is working to support you right now. What did I just say about Mary being Jesus's main support? It's time to collaborate together. Can we do that? Could you do that for me? Could you do me that favor? Just do it for me. Just do it for me. If not for yourself, then for me. I mean, I'm great. You make me happy. Wouldn't that be good? All right, we're going to pull some final closing cards to close out the reading to get today's energy, the things that we really need to work on today to come into that collaboration. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I am enjoying the heck out of these new wildcard readings I'm doing. And there is a giveaway running right now that I haven't been advertising very much, and I should start doing that again. And that giveaway is if you, I'll post it in my stories, but there's a post on my page that if you go and comment different ideas you had for different kinds of spreads you'd like to see or different questions you'd like answered for the wild card reading that I do, where I do a different style or a different spread, please let me know what you think. Follow the instructions for the giveaway and you can win a free reading from me, which usually lasts about 90 minutes. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Holy moly, moly, moly. You want to see what to do today? Divine Masculine. You're getting this mask card. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. And then you're getting passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, and having fun. I think you know, Divine Masculine, what you should do. I think that you should probably unmask your true feelings, which are that you have insane chemistry with this particular divine feminine, that you like each other equally, and that you are ready to have some fun together, please. Divine Feminine, do you want to see what you should do today? You're getting kisses, which says unconditionally loving, giving, and receiving affection and falling in love. And you're getting engagement ring. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. So I guess that you should allow yourself to fall in love today. Come into that partnership. Just say yes, as the card from Divine Masculines came out, because if Divine Masculine unveils his feelings of passion and chemistry and reciprocity with you, by offering you a engagement ring, I think you should probably give him a kiss for that. That's probably what you should do. And then the bottom of the deck is wedding rings. So I can't make that up, but that's union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise. You heard it right here, folks, on Tuned In Tarot. If Divine Masculine stops hiding and asks Divine Feminine to marry him, she will say yes, and then they will be married. Just go ahead and do that today. I am free. Divine Masculine wants to give me a call, and I will clear my schedule for that. For the affection. I do have to work on production today, but that's only a few hours of my day. So whenever you're ready, babes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be here again tomorrow morning. And let me think about what day of the month it is. I guess it will be next week. So next week on Thursday, I will have the live collaboration with Positive Tarot Wisdom. Tomorrow will just be a regular reading, just like today. And those readings will continue through the weekend. On Sunday, we will have the 12 o'clock reading, 12 o'clock Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time on Instagram Live with Grace Trega, which is really fun. And we do answer personal questions. If you need personal questions answered and you didn't get them answered in this reading, which I mean, I hope you did because this reading is friggin' great. But if you need more help, you need clarity, you just need to unburden about the twin flame journey because it can be a real bitch, go ahead and jump in my Gmail, tunedintarot@gmail.com. Hit me up. We will talk about what we can do for you to help you out and help you get the healing that you need. If you feel like supporting me so that I can keep doing this job, because it's fun, please click on the description box below. There is Patreon, different levels of Patreon where you can see additional content. Really small donation, $3 a month, and you can have an extra reading and know that you're supporting me and kind of like tipping me for these free readings that I do every day for you. And there's also a list there of cards I'm calling in. So if you want to see some new decks, see some new imagery, hear some new messages, feel free to send me a deck. I always appreciate that as well. Thank you so very, very much for being here. I hope I see you again tomorrow. And I hope that tomorrow when I see you, you have a big old fat engagement ring on your finger because that would be cool. I wonder if I have an engagement ring if I will do a reading tomorrow morning. Stay tuned. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.